this, I swear he did. Nard knows, bring the story to the visual. Global, kick it with the athletes, good promo, dope show. Listen while you working, speaking with a purpose. Subscribe now, don't keep scrolling. Catch him on the web like Toby. Nard knows, inspire weed like Kobe. Nard knows, Mamba mentality potent. From the streets of Detroit to TV, Nard knows. Nard knows. Nard knows.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Nard Knows, man. And this one's been another one in the works for a while now, but we finally got it going. I got my guy JaLen Embry, been overseas killing it, and now he's with the Madrid Bravos. We're gonna dive into where you at right now. But my guy's from Detroit. How you doing, bro? What up, though?
I'm good, my boy. What's popping? What's popping?
Man, you popping, bro. That's what's popping, man.
Trying to, bro. Trying to elevate, man, on every level possible, just like you, my guy.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, dog. Let's just dive right into it, man. Like, where are you now? And as far as, preparation for this new team that you're on?
I've been prepping mentally since the last game of last year. Technically, there's no off season because my mind always works, man. Learning more about the game, learning more of schemes, but hey, working my body slowly until like the hard training. Been lifting a lot. Staying in the film room, being around NFL guys. First and foremost, honestly, I just want to give thanks to my family and friends. J-Ron, Jason, Dez, Avante, Dallas, Glizzy Mike, a lot of the guys from Detroit. Let's see. I mean, without them, bro, honestly, like I'm nothing without them. It really takes a village to raise a guy from Detroit. And I just want to give thanks and my condolences and all those, to those guys for sure. But yeah, man, I'm ready to go, bro. Like the switch has already been flipped. I'm in that football mode. I've been studying myself, studying receivers. And honestly, I'm looking into the quarterbacks more this year and just studying their tendencies and, what they like to do and what they show on tape.
Well, you've had a couple stops beforehand and with some really good teams with the Frankfurt Galaxy. And so starting off with your journey in overseas, can you talk a little bit about what it took to get to where you are now as far as overseas?
Bro, it took some messages on Instagram, bro. When I got released from the USFL due to an injury, when I was ready to play, I just sent so many messages and emails letting guys know or coaches know that, hey, I'm ready to play ball. Like I didn't know anything about the European League of Football. And then it grew on me once I got out there, once I stepped foot in Frankfurt and being overseas for the first time, bro. I'm like, what is this? Like, it's lovely, bro. Food's better. People, they interact with you more, the fans, and it's the same as any level in the States, honestly.
And you kind of touched on it a little bit. A lot of people here, it kind of boos you. Everybody want to go to the NFL, and it seems like overseas is overlooked. I've been able to interview quite a few athletes like yourself, and all they say is, you got to come over here. You got to give it a try. You got to try it at least once if you get that opportunity. What has that experience been like for you in a whole new territory?
It's been good, bro. Like, putting God first, putting, my standards high as a professional player and, sharing more of the game to those European guys or Spanish guys who don't really know much about it. Just me being like a good role model, on and off the field, the best way that I can. Eventually, I ended up writing like a little small story saying that I wanted to own a team in Germany. So me just being able to play continuously for my third year now is a huge jump. Whenever opportunity, shows itself, I have to take advantage of it. I've been patient. I've always been waiting on the right move. But hey, I felt like this was the right move. Honestly, I prayed about it, had some dreams about it, wrote some things down, spoke some things into existence, and now I was ready to, time to go.
What is it about this team that attracted you where you could have stayed with the Galaxy? You could have stayed with, those other teams that are you play for that have a playoff push ability this season,
Mhm.
but you chose to go to Madrid. What is it about them that enticed you?
I signed a year to play with the Raiders. When I was out there, I of course wanted to stay longer, but hey, they had other plans in mind. So I took the first step forward and reaching out to the teams like Madrid, Munich, Barcelona, Cologne, and being wanted is something that I really, wanted to feel this year. Um, they reached out pretty fast, not just the athletic director, but a few of the coaches. And the energy is felt, bro. I can sense some things over the phone. Had some FaceTime calls with a few of the players, and hey, like I'm ready to build something special. It's a first year team, and I feel like that's huge for the league. Another team in the conference. So I'm just ready to see what can happen. Ready to grow on all phases.
So what was your recruiting process like? And then how did your college experience go to lead you to a professional career?
It was tricky, honestly, because I wanted to play receiver. I've always been a receiver at heart. So I was committed to Wisconsin to play receiver, and then I decommitted because I was told that, hey, if you want to go to the league, you need to go play DB. So I went to Iowa with Desmond King, and grades was my issue there. I was young-minded. I wasn't taking school serious, so I had to transfer to a JUCO, Iowa Central Community College. So when I got there, teams was hitting me up, asked me if I was going to come back to Iowa or if I wanted to transfer. And, I just took the first opportunity that showed. I felt like I didn't want to go back because I was afraid to fail in the classroom. So I went to NIU and prepared myself and ended up getting my grades right. It ended up having a good season, bro. I didn't give up no touchdowns. So I gave up one touchdown against Florida State after a small injury. And after that, it stuck with me, that short term memory and all that stuff on the field. But my college experience was one of the best, honestly, I feel. Being at three different colleges, top tier.
In Detroit, Michigan, man. You went to
313.
Martin Luther King High School, and if anybody who's from Michigan knows that that is one of the top schools that you go to that's in the inner city. Obviously, Brother Rice and Muskegon, those guys, they always have a reputation, but Martin Luther King, that's the that's the top. That's like the Alabama of Michigan when it comes to high schools. What was your experience like?
It was lovely, man. Excuse me. Playing little league for my ninth and 10th grade year, like I felt like I wasn't ready to play for a team like Keene. Those linemen were huge at the time. But yeah, going to King and just being around good championship atmosphere was something I wanted to be a part of. Being Coach Hard from the coaches, Coach Harvell, Coach Spencer, Coach Patrick, those guys are always hard on the players. And it went down to the players as far as like me being a coach's player now. So when I'm on that field, I'm hard on those guys too. But it went a long way, man. Like that winning experience day in and day out. It's unteachable, bro. It's a gift. And I can't thank those coaches there giving me that opportunity to play football, to run track, to play baseball. If I could swim, I would have swum for for the school as well. But yeah, King is King, bro. His squad for life.
Well, obviously, it's a lot of notable NFL players that went to King. Most recently, Sauce Gardner, and he plays the same position you play, cornerback. So you paved the way for him, whether he knows it or not.
It's only a select few of guys built like those Detroit DBs, bro. Like you got Jordan Lewis too at Cass Tech.
Hmm.
You got to give respect when it's due, bro. But talking to Sauce last year, he said, yeah, me and Avante Maddox was one of the reasons why he went to King. And, I would have never expected that or guessed that, but hey, we set a good example. And, I'm just happy to be a part of something special.
It's awesome to be able to see that, to be able to see you overseas doing what you're doing, to be able to see Sauce doing what he's doing, Avante Maddox, Jordan Lewis with the Cowboys. It's really
Oh, yeah.
cool. Cass Tech is also up there when it comes to those schools.
They're
Um,
number two for sure.
that yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, that's a whole nother league. I went to Old Redford High School, so a lot of people don't even know who that is until I tell them it was Old Benedictine, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah,
No way.
yeah." Down the street from Renaissance, man.
Yep. Oh, Renaissance is a good school too, bro.
I wanted to go there, but it
I
just
did too, but they said you had to test to get in there. And I said, huh?
yeah. See, I would have passed that test, but see, my mom, she ain't know, like she ain't know that, like if she would have just did that extra step, I probably would have. Who knows? It probably
You
wasn't
should
getting
have the
God's
extra
plans. Who
strength.
knows? I ain't gonna blame her for it, but you know,
We here
it,
now, man. We
we
here
here
now.
now. Uh, so moving forward now, once you realize like, okay, overseas was an opportunity, when did you, sit down with yourself and say, and talk to your family and say, hey, this is what I'm pursuing to do?
My family was at first shaky about me going overseas because they didn't know what to expect. They hear a lot of negative things over there, but you hear a lot of negative things in the States too.
Hmm.
And I told them, hey, like, this is another opportunity for me to grow as a player, bro, and reach out to the youth and, build something for myself. Um, I'm my own brand, that last name, Embry being overseas is, it could be something. And my job right now is just to be flawless, bro. Like on and off the field, I'm gonna keep repeating it. Like I have short-term memory.
Hmm.
So if something doesn't go well, hey, I'm on to the next. How can I grow? How can I do better? How can I be better? Um, but yeah, no one's perfect.
Hmm.
Um, you know, being cut from the NFL, being released from the USFL, being released from the CFL, why not go overseas and play? It's a professional league. So, you know, hey, I had to give it a shot. And it's a reason why I'm still able to play for my third year and be a lockdown corner, man. Like if the ball is not deflected or intercepted, hey, it's a bad ball. The receiver runs a bad route. It's all about timing.
Hmm.
And I feel like the timing for me to be in Madrid is now.
Okay.
So
Okay. All right. Sounds
that's
good.
something I gotta write that down. That's fire.
That's a caption. That's your next caption right there. You heard it first on Nard Knows.
Come
For,
on.
for you, man, how can you can relate that type of trials and tribulations and the adversity that you went to get to where you are? How can you give advice to those who are coming after you?
I mean, to keep it short and simple, man. Honestly, just having faith as much as a mustard seed. Like how small that is. Like it takes this much faith for something to move. Um, just keep going, bro. Believing in yourself. Um, always working to get better day by day, mentally, physically, spiritually, and just trusting in your brother next to you. Me as a player, I depend on that D line more than I depend on myself, honestly. If I feel like they're doing something good or something great to get to the quarterback, it makes the job easier for DBs. And so, like, just having that trust instilled in your brother next to you, bro, to keep going, and fighting for you, and everybody believing in my story, and not giving up or losing hope in me, it's just a plus.
Was there
Go
ever
ahead.
a moment where you doubted yourself and it was like a make or break moment for you where you was on your breaking point?
This past season with the Raiders, man, we started off good. Well, actually, I was with the Raiders for a week. I flew out there, and then Montreal had called me and said, "Hey, we want to sign you to a contract." Me going out there, chasing a bag, and word is bond. I told the Raiders that I was there for good with them, and building good relationships with the coaches and the players out there, and being able to just leave out of the blue, like it kind of hurt me,
Mhm.
Um, and so playing out there with Montreal for a month during training camp, doing two-a-days every day, my body is in shambles. And I get that call or that knock on the door, like, "Hey, you got to come see the head man." And they say, "Yeah, we're gonna let you go. You did good. But hey, things happen." So I'm sitting in the hallway just crying, brother. I'm talking about crying like I never cried before. And I just felt like, hey, like what's next? But I prayed, believed in my craft, went back home and started training. doing work in the community, helping other kids with other sports like soccer, some lacrosse, and just being around good energy. And next thing you know, I get a call from the Raiders, and so just having that that hope and that drive instilled that hey, I can keep going. There's still another chance, and make the best out of it. It felt good, bro. I wanted to stay long term with them. Things didn't happen, go as planned, but another opportunity presents itself, and now I just got to take advantage of every moment. I can't think too far ahead. I feel like that's what I did in the past, just looking at that big picture. But I am the frame. I had to tell myself that. You're not gonna be able to see too far ahead, bro. Just take things slow, have some patience, and things is working out for the better, bro.
You kind of talked about it a little bit, man. And one thing I'm big on is faith and believing that God has a plan for us. Even in the vehicle of sports, He has a way of bringing us together to be able to have an impact on other people's lives, and that's what it's all about is paving the way for others and being able to inspire others because they may not have the foundation that we had growing up or have now or the support system or what have you. How important is that to you?
It's super important, bro. And I feel like controlling your mindset can take you a long way, man. Like I feel like that's the best performance tool that we have in our bodies, bro, is our mind. Like we can do anything we put our mind to. Um, God himself said nothing is impossible. And for me to still walk that walk and talk that talk and have that swagger and play with that juice, bro, and just, give back. And, it's that dog, bro. Like a lot of people don't have that dog.
Mm.
Um, so it's very, very important.
How important is to have that dog mentality on and off the field, especially when you a dog, but you deal with these coaches and GMs and owners who will possibly treat you like another number.
Um, I mean, I like that I have the number 8 this year. I flip it to the side, and it's an infinity sign. Shout out to Kobe. But having that dog, bro, um, it goes back to King. Those coaches always being hard on me and telling me that I'm nothing. Telling me that hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, and then go out there and do it and prove people wrong. It's just like it feels good. It's like a different type of energy, bro. Like I want to take care of my family. I want to be the best on paper. I want to be the best person in person. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
Um, and if people know that I'm a dog and a sweetheart when it comes to the fans, and like a people person when it comes to the kids, and like you so many things at once, like a jack of all trades. Like, how come someone doesn't want to be like JaLen Embry, or how come someone doesn't want to be like Nard? Look
Mhm.
what you're doing, bro. Like right now, you setting the stage and building a platform for others to come and speak on and share their story. Like you got that dog in you too.
Appreciate that.
If he wasn't that dog for sure, I definitely would have did this interview. But nah, bro, it's the energy, bro. I feel it, dog. When you speak, bro, like you speak with like perseverance and like came from struggle, and you know what's up. Like you know what you want. You have a plan.
I appreciate that, man. That definitely means a lot because you never know how you're perceived. Like I know I put out a certain energy. I'm really just true to myself,
Mhm.
and it does come from where I've come and what I've been able to come and get through in my life. And a lot of people don't know, man. Like I didn't been shot. I didn't almost lost my life.
Wow.
I didn't, you know, coming from Central State where I was playing. I was supposed to go walk on to Michigan State. That's when I got shot. So that changed my whole life around. And I was like,
Wow.
hey, if I can't go pro, then I want to be as close as I can to the pros. And God had
Heck
a plan.
yeah.
He had a pivot for me. And so
Heck yeah.
shout out to the pivot.
Pivot, bro. That's fire. That's fire, man.
But
Hey, it's a blessing that you're still here, bro. And
yeah,
I thank you for this, bro. We can do this all day, honestly. Um, but yeah, it goes back to that dog mentality, bro. Like, you know, you've been down before, and you see, you see the future, you see the vision. Um, but yeah, it's just like speaking things into existence and now just doing it.
A couple more questions for you, man, because I appreciate you so much for your time, dude.
Oh yeah.
You kind of alluded to it again. You know, you're writing things down, you're manifesting it, you put into physical form by writing it down.
Yes,
What
sir.
are some of the goals that you have on the field with this new team that you have in the Madrid Bravos?
Um, I mean, some of the goals, bro. Like I can look at the paper, bro. I can make some things up, and I'm gonna honestly say just being the best Embry, being the best corner, being the best nickel, being the best receiver, returner, whatever the coaches want me to be, I'm going to be the best at it, and I'm going to lead vocally. Um, I have that offensive mindset, but that defensive heart, because I played every position on the field. I played quarterback, I played receiver, I played linebacker, I played long snapper.
Mhm.
Um, all those positions, bro. I just want to make sure I'm the best. Um, at the end of the day. Um, so being able to interact with the fans more in Madrid, being able to talk to the people with the business side of things, and just seeing what we can do as a community. I'm a big person with giving back. So one of the main things I want to do when I'm out there, at least 2, 3 times a week, is just give back to the community.
Okay. All right. And is there anybody, I don't know if the schedules came out yet, but is there any teams or anybody in particular you're looking to face off against, line up against this season?
Um, I mean, every game is a big game to me. I have high standards to be the best defensive back in the league. I'm not worried about no accolades or anything like that. But when people cut on that tape, they want to be afraid of me. I can shut down the side of a field. Um, I've done it in the past, and I feel like I'm going to do it way more or to a higher standard this year because of so much film I've watched on myself, on others, on pros. But yeah, being in Frankfurt for sure. Playing against the reigning champions, Rainfire. Um, Hopefully, I get to play against Stuttgart again because hey, last year I gave up a touchdown and I slipped going in phase because of a rainy game, and like that set in my mind for so many days. So yeah, man, just playing against everybody, honestly, bro. Every game is a big game, like I said. Taking things one day at a time. And week one, we got ourselves. We have a bye week, so I'm
Mhm.
ready to face our receivers. That's my
Okay.
mindset.
All right. Well, okay. And real quick, who are some of the corners that you watch that you admire and probably even model your game after?
um, I find myself, my mind works in mysterious ways, bro. But I find myself watching a lot of film this week on Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Gilmore, Desmond King, Avante Maddox. Um,
Forgot about Desmond King.
oh yeah, can't forget about family.
Mhm. Yeah, he a
Um,
dog.
Dog. What's his name? Deron Bland.
Mm-hmm.
Deron.
Deron
Yeah,
Bland. Yep.
yeah. I watched him and Jalen Ramsey, of course.
Hmm.
I like the way he, trash talk people and back it up. All of these men are followers of Christ.
Hmm.
And some people that I mold myself behind. I watched Deion Sanders, of course, his interviews a lot because I feel like I'm a growing speaker.
Hmm.
I'm a talented writer, and yeah.
All right. All right. Last but not least, is there anything we didn't touch on that you'd like to share with the audience?
Last year I wore so last year I had number 12. The first half of the season, switched to number 7, which was the number I wore my first year ever playing football, and I was so trash. But yeah, so I'm a big numbers person. In 2023, um, that added up is 7. And so last year was not based on results. It was based on learning about yourself, gaining some knowledge and guidance. And this year I'm wearing number 8. And 2024, with those numbers being added, is 8. And so shout out to Kobe again. And yes, yes, sir. I'm definitely going to be taking care of my mental way more than before because this last year brought me down in a hole. Being cut from teams and being with multiple organizations, bro, it was just a lot mentally. But I'm here for good with Madrid, and hopefully for a long time, not a short time.
How can people find you, man?
You can at me at Instagram. That's IIAM_juice3. You can go on Twitter, God's Boy _333. And my email, JaLen Embry @gmail.com. Bro, I'm willing to reach out whenever. Yeah, I was in those shoes, a younger athlete, looking to gain knowledge, and I have a lot of I have a lot of knowledge, and I have a lot of wisdom. I got that ball head, man, and so yeah, feel free to reach out whenever, and I'm definitely going to get back to you.
Hey, man. Well, I appreciate you so much for your time, dude. I appreciate you so much for sharing your story and walking on with me with Nard Notes in this episode, man. So stay tuned. I'm looking forward to the season. I'm looking
Oh yeah, it's
forward
gonna be
to.
more for sure, bro.
Oh yeah, we locked in, man. We gonna touch base and we gonna catch up. But for now, man, I'm gonna let you go. But I appreciate you, man. You have a blessed season, bro, and stay healthy.
You too, my guy, and I look forward to seeing more of your stories and hearing more about you, brother.
Oh yeah, bro. We locked in, bro. You already know.